What's going on, guys? I'm Fuller from Custom Offsets TV on the YouTube. We got Dustin here, and because there's been one guy in the comment section asking for an SUV video, I wanted to prove to you that I do actually read the comments. So we got an episode of From the Gallery, but this time it is all SUVs. So if you hate SUVs, I guess I'm sorry ahead of time. But there's some pretty cool ones in here, so stick around and we're gonna check them out. Dustin, you ready to jump into this?
Let's do it.
All right, here's the deal. We rate these trucks on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being not so good, 10 being super, super awesome. So starting it off, we have a 2018 Chevy Tahoe. It's on Mayhem Crossfire, 22 by 9.5 plus 20 offset wheels, and Nitto Terragrapher G2 35 by 12.5, and a 4-inch billet suspension lift. But it's got a Fab 4 bumper on there, some fender flares, and huge mud flaps in the second photo. It doesn't have in the first photo. The truck came as a Rocky Ridge Trucks and then added on SCA Black Widow edition, fender flares, hood scoop.
Oh, so it's a before and after photo here.
Kinda, yeah. All right, let's give it a number and then explain why.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, 6. I went a little bit lower on this one because if you look at the Mayhem wheels that were on it in the first picture, a 22 by 9.5 plus 20 is really more of a setup for like a stock or lowered Tahoe, and this one is lifted, so the fitment kind of looks a little weird. And then you got this big off-road bumper, but you've got all-terrain tires and 22 by 9.5, so it was kind of strange there. And then when we go to the after photo, now we've got a little more aggressive tire, but then we still have things like the plastic brake caliper covers, the really big front bumper, and then these fender flares, and then the 2500 HD cab lights. So I think there's a little bit too much going on of many different styles kind of put together in one vehicle.
Correct, I agree wholeheartedly. The only other thing is, like for me, I'm not a huge fan of the front bumper. I think it kind of makes the truck look like it's got a big chin, or SUV,
Tahoes,
whatever you want to call
Tahoes
it.
and Suburbans both are like, you know, it's an SUV, it's more of a luxury kind of item. So then when you add these big front bumpers on there, I think it just kind of, it throws off the proportions a little bit. Yeah, I agree, it sticks out maybe just a little bit too far. 2010 Subaru Forester. Man, I never thought we'd see a Subaru Forester in the Custom Offsets gallery. KMC 716s, they're 15 by 7, positive 10 offset, and General Grabber AT2s, 215/75s. It kind of blows my mind that you can still get some of these, you know, truck tires to fit on these cars. It's also got a lift on it. I believe these are about a 2-inch kit for these things. Honestly, kind of cool. I dig this kind of stuff. I'd rally the crap out of my BMW, so I can get on board with somebody doing it with the Subaru.
Subaru has always been kind of touted as that off-road, all-wheel drive market, but it's cool because in the last, I would say, 12 to 18 months, you've seen this kind of overland, all-wheel drive car slash SUV market explode.
It's definitely getting much bigger. There's more and more companies, KMC's one, Centerline's one, Method 2 offering more car fitment for wheels, as far as wheels go, car fitment and bolt patterns. And then you also have companies like ReadyLift that are making the lift kits for a lot of the Subarus, like Toyota RAV4s even. There's a whole bunch of stuff coming out. So there's options out there. Let's give this one a number.
All right, let's do it.
3, 2, 1, 7.5.
7.1.
Yeah, pretty close again. I like the way it sits. I think there's still more that can be done here. I think it would look really cool if you got some sort of bash bar up front and add some lights there, or maybe some lights up on the roof rack. Personal pet peeve, I hate when the crossbars extend past the width of the vehicle, which is something very minor, but just makes you look like you're kind of like an airplane up there.
Yeah, I agree. A front bash bar of some sort with some big old KC highlights would change the look of this thing. And then, I mean, the only other thing is it's not really custom offset stuff, but it kind of is. So it's cool. Right. It's just not really my cup of tea, you know. A
serious off-roader here, 04 Land Rover Discovery, and now people are gonna be like, what do you mean serious off-roader? There's hardly anything done. It's got steel wheels, 16 by 8, positive 25 offset, and then Firestone Destination MTs, 265/75s, and a 3.5-inch suspension lift. Should have bought the SD rear springs. It's got the Carolina Squat after 2 years. Yeah, these trucks do sag a little bit in the rear. You can see that in the photos. But I love the Discovery. I think they're sweet trucks. I don't know if I'd ever buy one unless I got some sort of warranty with it. Not really a whole lot to talk about on this one. You know, it's kind of purpose built, really.
No, it's pretty well stock body, just a little lift and some wheels and tires and a rack up top. So,
all right, let's give this one a number. 3, 2, 1, 6.
6.75.
Getting specific now.
Just trying to throw out other numbers. No, but it's cool. These things are really neat. I've always thought that Land Rovers are cool because they have kind of a timeless design. You look at this and you can't tell if this should have been produced in
Yeah, is this a 1989 or is it a 04 or is it a 2010?
They're kind of like a little time capsule in there, and so it looks good. I'd like to see some window tint and obviously some front protection and some lights and stuff because he's got kind of that weekend lander, overlander build going on.
Yeah, maybe some front and rear bumpers on here, some lighting, snorkel, and this definitely looks like more of a function build than a look build. There's a lot of room to go here, which is why I only gave it a 6. 2002 Cadillac Escalade, Extreme Force XF1s. They're 24 by 14 -76s. This is like the opposite of what we just looked at. 375/40 Nitto trail graps and a 6-inch rough country lift. That lift is definitely in the front though, because what am I looking at here?
We got a little squat going on here.
A little bit. So it's a 6-inch lift, and then he swapped in different torsion keys and cranked those. So it's got to be stock in the rear, because that doesn't look like there's anything in the back.
I would have to agree with you.
Wheels are kind of cool. These are a brush finish. They look a lot like forged wheels. They're not actually forged wheels, they're just cast, but they look pretty sharp.
They're a great option for that forged wheel look without spending forged wheel money. So.
Yep. Let's give this thing a number.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, 3, 2, 1, 4.
5.
I feel really bad giving it a 4, but at the same time, we got lots of squat going on here. The thing that kind of throws me off a little bit is with this tan color. Tan is super hard to work with, so I give the guy credit for doing something. But then when you add these brushed wheels, they almost like pick up some of that tan accent color. It might be the lighting in the photos too, but it's just too similar for me.
I went a little higher. I like this wheel. I've always liked these wheels that have that forged look without the forged price tag, you know. And he's got good tires there, so there's some points for that. If this truck or SUV, whatever you want to call it, was leveled or lifted level across both the front and the rear, it would completely change the rating on this thing.
03 Hummer H2. Wow, somebody put 26 by 14 TAS 544s on an H2. And it's
Holy cow.
It says 4-inch lift, but it also says Bilstein. So I'm thinking it's probably not quite 4 inches if it's like the Bilstein leveling kit for these things. We had one. We cranked it up and put 14 wides on there with just the keys and then new Bilstein shocks. So probably not quite 4 inches, probably closer to 2.5 or 3, but you can still fit a decent amount of stuff on there. Hummer just really came out swinging when they made these things. I forget how just big and boxy they are.
It doesn't look gigantic, and then you start, you know, you compare it to the size of the entire body of the truck, and yeah, this thing is big. It's bigger than the picture leads on.
And you've got this kind of, there's like a hood scoop on the front, but it's got lights in it. Okay, ready?
Yes.
3, 2, 1, 8.5.
8. Wow.
I think this Hummer embodies exactly what a Hummer was made to do. You're out there and you're looking for people to look right back at you, so 26 by 14s is the way to go. The lights in the hood scoop thing,
it confuses me.
Don't do that.
I agree. The 544 here is a solid choice. I mean, that wheel is always, it looks good on pretty much everything you throw it on. I guess I rated it where I did just because I know that if I saw this thing driving the other direction from me on the highway, that it would command my attention, you know?
Oh yeah, you break your neck. I mean, man, we're just back and forth all day today. 2000 Ford Explorer, I don't know what's going on here. It's got some Bassett wheels. We don't know the model. 15 by 18, negative 139 offset. So they are wider than they are tall, and it's got 35 by 15.5 inch boggers. 11 inches up front, 8-inch lift in the rear.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting. My parents had one of these growing up. Obviously, it didn't look anything like this. So it's super interesting for me to see one lifted with 15 by 18s on it. I mean, that is this wide. Blacked out all the way around. It looks like he or she has got a little bit of color in the suspension bits there.
Headlights, super blacked out. Taillights, black housing as well. I give them credit because the taillight housing, the plastic backing is black, but the lenses are still clear, which is very important because if you want people to actually see your brake lights, you need clear or red lenses. So he still gets the blacked out look without just completely like ruining all sorts of visibility. All right, let's do it. Ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
3, 2, 1, 7.5. I had to go 7.5 because I appreciate all of the work that's put into this thing. Again, not quite my style, but I would not have thought you could make a 2000 Ford Explorer look as good as this one does.
Yeah, I feel bad rating it a 6.5, but like, I don't know, man. I can't get on board with it. I think it would look awesome to send it flying into a mud bog someplace, but I would feel really bad doing it because it looks so good, you know?
Would your opinion change if instead of these 15 by 8s, what if it had 24 by 14s that were chrome and, you know, a regular mud terrain or hybrid tire?
Yeah, I think I would rate it a little higher. Yeah.
I think then it would look like a really clean show build. You could have this truck set up both ways and just swap wheels and tires depending on where you're going with it, I guess. That's another episode of From the Gallery. Thank you guys so much for submitting your trucks. Thanks for the guy on YouTube who keeps begging us to do an SUV video. You finally got it. Hope you appreciate it. If you have any vehicles that you want us to rate, you can drop the links to them down in the comment section down below, whether that be yours or someone else's or something that you found on the gallery on our website and you're just like, man, the world needs to see these trucks. We can help you out with that. So check out the gallery, customoffsets.com/gallery if you want to see all these pictures. Otherwise, if you've got a vehicle that you want to add, you can do that too at customoffsets.com/add. And that should be it for the day. Peace.